Good morning, Jeffrey, and good morning, Lionhearts. How are you all today? Good, I'm glad to hear it. Let's get our day started right now. Well, good morning, gang. It's your old pal, Jordan the Lion. Today, I wanted to do a vlog in Griffith Park because I've actually had 3 or 4 of them that I've been planning on doing, but there's one that I've really been trying to do for the last 2 weeks, and I've actually been over there 3 times trying to match up the scenes. The problem is, they've changed. All the trees that I'm looking for to match up the shots are gone. I'm trying to match it up off the trail, so it's been a little difficult. So I actually planned on doing that today. I was dead set on doing it today. I went over there yesterday and I scouted this spot for over an hour and still couldn't quite figure out exactly if I was completely right. I know the location is correct, but I don't know if the spots are, so I want to take a little bit more time and figure that out. So I'm going to do one of the other ones that I thought of. And this one's really fascinating. This one, in a weird way, kind of implicates a question in people's minds over the years of, did Kirk Douglas have something to do with this missing woman's disappearance? Daze with Jordan the Lion begins now. And good morning to Jaw, everyone. Taking Jaw for a little bit of a walk, and then I'm going to head up to Griffith Park alone so I can focus and do this thing right. But I know everybody loves to see him, and he loves to see you too. Right, Jaw? Well, the Hollywood dream doesn't work out for everyone, and today's topic is just proof of that. The story of Jean Elizabeth Spangler. Now, until her disappearance, Jean was relatively unknown. Her story was that one night she asked her sister-in-law to watch her daughter while her mother was out of town in Kentucky visiting friends and family so that she could go meet with her ex-husband about a delinquent child support payment, and she was supposed to be working an overnight as an extra. The problem was, when she didn't come home the next day, and they checked with the police and they checked with the studio, there were no productions happening at that night. Now, Jean Spangler was a 26-year-old divorcee in 1949 and was living with her mother, her brother, sister-in-law, and their extended family, and her child. All she was trying to do was make a living and take care of her daughter while being a movie extra. Now, when they questioned Jean's ex-husband, he actually said he hadn't heard from her in weeks and that his support payments were up to date. And his wife, his new wife, as of a month, actually vouched that he was with her that evening when the disappearance happened. Now, when they questioned some of Jean's friends, they actually said that they found out that she had become pregnant and was seeking an abortion, which was pretty much illegal in those days, of course. And that gave them a little bit of a crack or a little bit of an idea in the case of what might have happened. When Jean's mother returned from Kentucky and was questioned by the police, she actually said that Jean had went on a date with a man named Kirk a couple of times, but he had never come out of the car and she had never seen him. What's up, Lou Reed? How are you, my friend? Now, Jean had recently worked on a picture called Young Man with a Horn starring Kirk Douglas and had been an extra in that, which immediately led some speculation to perhaps maybe he was the Kirk that her mother mentioned. This is almost a case for Batman. Now, once news hit, a clerk in the neighborhood where Jean lived with her family in Park La Brea would come forward and say that he saw her appear to be waiting for someone to pick her up the night of her disappearance around 5 p.m. but didn't see who picked her up. 2 days after Jean's disappearance, the first and only piece of evidence would be found, but nowhere near her home in Park La Brea. So let's head up to where they found that one piece of evidence, Jean's purse. Well, it was right here. The first and only break in the case would happen. All roads in the case of Jean Elizabeth Spangler led to here and ended here. 2 days after her disappearance, they would find her purse in this entryway of Ferndell Park, where we have been many times. And they would say that both straps were torn on both sides, in the same side, leading them to believe that the purse had been torn off of her. Now, the next day after it was found, 60 police officers would come out here, as well as 100 volunteers, to comb the entire circumference of Griffith Park looking for clues, to which they would never find anything else. Inside the purse, there was no money, which led them to believe that maybe she had been robbed, but when they questioned her sister-in-law said she left the house with no money. So then, the only piece of evidence inside the purse was a note addressed to a Kirk. Inside the purse, the note said, "Kirk, can't wait any longer, going to see Dr. Scott. It will work best this way while Mother is away." The police questioned everyone with the last name of Scott that was a doctor in the area, and it led to nowhere. When they questioned Jean's friends, they said that there was a medical student who would hang around some of the same bars and clubs that her and all of her friends did, that went by the name of Doc, that would perform illegal abortions occasionally, and they thought that maybe Dr. Scott was his first name, maybe Scott was his first name, but they never found anything. Now, once the newspapers started publishing the story about the note inside the purse, and I had told you that the last production that Jean had worked on was Young Man with a Horn starring Kirk Douglas, immediately Kirk Douglas saw this and called the police from Palm Springs and said, "I don't know her. I mean, I know that she was an extra on my movie, but personally I don't know her, and I never had any relationship with her, and I was actually in Palm Springs when it happened." Now, Hollywood gossip columnist Luella Parsons would herself even offer up a $1,000 reward for any information leading to any of the whereabouts of Jean, but no one ever came forward with any more information. They did say, though, some people believe that they had spotted her in Northern California, Southern California, Arizona, New Mexico, and there's a pretty interesting story as to why that is. Eventually, as this case would go unsolved, the police actually investigated it pretty hardcore for about 2 years. One clue that did come forward was that someone had said that they had seen Jean Elizabeth Spangler with Davey Ogle, who was an associate of Mickey Cohen's, the gangster. And they had said that they had seen them in Palm Springs, and that it just so happened that 2 days after Jean disappeared, so did Davey. For 2 years, police followed pretty much every lead that came in, and they actually got 2 interesting leads where a border guard in El Paso, as well as a motel owner, had said that he could identify Davey Ogle and a woman with him that appeared to be Jean had stayed in his hotel, and the border guard said that he recognized those two as well in El Paso, which, like I said, is pretty close to the Mexico border. Now, Davey was actually being indicted for conspiracy, so he had a reason to leave, and it's believed that possibly he just decided he was going to take Jean with him, and unfortunately Jean had full custody of her 5-year-old daughter at the time and would leave the 5-year-old daughter behind. To this day, the case is still not closed and remains to be a missing person. I'd still love to know who the Kirk was in the letter, though, wouldn't you? Especially because the letter actually ended with a comma, not a period. So they believe that the letter was unfinished. Now, the reason I had to do the vlog early today is because I'm actually going to the California Science Center today, and I don't believe they're going to let me film or vlog in there. If they will, I'll go ahead and do a vlog and you'll see it tomorrow, but if they don't allow me to, I'll come back afterward and I'll tell you what I saw, because this is a whole new experience for me. I wonder what happened to Jean. Did she go off to have an abortion? Did she go start a new life in Mexico? Where is Jean? They never found anything else. Well, because Jean had only been an actress for about a year, as well as a dancer and pretty much Renaissance entertainer, She didn't have a very big repertoire, but she was in Champagne for Caesar, starring Vincent Price. We're just hanging out taking a sun bath, aren't we? Jar, are you taking a sun bath?
Have you been using it? No, my dog has a bad back.
Alright, well, I've been watching this movie, my Oscar screener, and it's really good. 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri. Loving it. And then these just showed up in the mail. Jaws' little boots. His little rain/snow boots. Well, that's not good. I bought mediums, and these are like... These look like extra small to me. I'm not sure his feet can fit in there. I didn't mean to interrupt your meal, but I'm trying to check out your foot size. Let me see, Ja. I'm sorry. Maybe. We'll try it. We'll try it later. Oh, just got a knock at the door. It was the mailman. I had another thing from my Amazon wish list, an Echo Dot. This is kind of like the small version of what my grandpa had that we kept laughing about, where he kept going, "Hey Google, turn on the lights. Hey Google, do this." What I wanted this for is because I do all my editing on my phone in my apartment, and sometimes the speaker on the phone isn't quite that loud, so I was hoping to edit with the volume coming out of here. And my friend Kevin has one of these. We were messing with it last night, and he was kind of showing me everything that it does, because he always turns all his music and all this stuff on with this, so I'm pretty excited. Thank you so much, Ginger and Greg. And that big monstrosity right there is going to be the football stadium. Well, good evening, my friends. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and guess what? I actually did get to vlog what I thought I wasn't going to get a vlog, so you're going to get to see that tomorrow, which means I get a day off tomorrow, and you guys have a vlog that is going to be really interesting, really different than anything else I've ever shown you. But I think you'll enjoy it if you choose to watch it. Have a great night, everyone. I want to thank Chris Powell for becoming my newest Patreon. If you'd like to become a Patreon too, go to patreon.com/JordanTheLion. I appreciate each and every one of you that watches, and you're going to have a big one tomorrow. Have a great night. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.